guys, not much going on. I've watched these videos back a few times and I realise I talk kind of quietly, which isn't great. Joke can be hard to hear. I'm hoping my videos have had some benefit and maybe helped people on the bus and stuff when they're maybe having a panic attack or something, like, you know. I recently was just sending a message to True Love. I was just like, can you show me your power? And I kind of had an experience where I was looking at someone and I was like, or I was thinking of something and I couldn't understand it, and then it felt like True understanding was saying, right, it's this way and it's like this, and I couldn't fully grasp it, but True understanding just sees into everything, like, you know what I mean, and sees the nature. That's why True Love doesn't usually get angry or have arguments, because the understanding is so complete that it's difficult to argue with someone who just understands you completely. You know what I mean? Sometimes I think I wish more of my friends would come to my house. It hasn't really happened over the years, and I was just thinking I wish God could have done something there. But then, like, I have these videos and you couldn't get more into my house because you're literally in my bedroom, like, you know. So I think that's cool. I've been studying desire today. I was listening to Brother Fat Pie from Australia, and he was just like, yeah, Ty said in one of his books, the cause of everyday suffering is desire, and if you know the nature of desire, it fades. And something interesting is, like, the desire can sometimes come with generosity. To say you have a desire like, I want us to win every title in the country, and that's the desire. And then if you kind of continue on, you're like, and it's kind of to give this happiness to my friends and the community and the parish and the families. It's like the desire comes with generosity, you know. I think they say for Saint Michael the Archangel, they say he who is like God. So I believe God the Father is giving. I think Saint Michael is generosity, you know what I mean. But yeah, greed, that saying that kind of sounds like greed or desire isn't this bad thing. Like, if you just look at some of the desires people have had around the world for, like, world domination and stuff, they want it so badly, they will destroy people who are in their way of getting it. And once they get it, it won't make them happy. That's how bad greed is, like, you know what I mean, greed and desire. It's like, oh, I'm going to trot down these rainforests, I'm going to get money, I'm going to be happy, but it doesn't work like that, like, you know. So yeah. My mom, Catherine, is downstairs making food. Yeah, maybe she wants to be in the video, that's why she's making a bit of noise. Yeah. If you have a child, what do you do with the child? Just, like, Pope Francis said one of the main things to do, the first thing to teach your child is to prayer, like, you know what I mean? And I've been thinking about this thing, like, I read it, that a child that is not accepted by the community will burn the village down to feel its warmth, you know what I mean? Feel the warmth of the fire, which I found very interesting, you know? People protect their children, you know, they're very attached to it. They, you know, I remember I was thinking of attachment, and I saw this father with his child, and his child was on the bike steaming ahead, like, on way ahead. He was only 4 or 5, 3 or 4, and the dad was going mental. I was like, get the fuck back here, get back here, come on, get back. And I was like, he is mad attached to that kid, like, you know, because he could, you know, when you're attached to something like that, obviously you love your child, you don't want something bad to happen to it, but you also think to yourself, like, if that child goes, what am I going to do? Because you're so attached, you're like, I will just disintegrate into loneliness, like, you know what I mean? So that's what's interesting, you know. Attachment's very interesting. The first thing I really heard, you know, I've been studying stuff and trying to perfect stuff for a long time. One of the first things I read about Buddhism was that it's desire and attachment that leads to suffering. And I also read about the 3 poisons, which is like desire, ignorance, and aversion or anger. And it's like ignorance leads the way. It's like, he's stolen my girlfriend, and then then you get angry and you're like, I'm gonna get him. So they're kind of interview with each other. It's like ignorance, anger, and then greed, or kind of a desire, you know what I mean? But something that's interesting is like pretty much everyone gets taught different things in life. Something that wrecked my head for a while is like one of the first things when I started getting taught by Father Joe Connolly, I was like, what about the people who were born to parents who are kind of mean and you know they and he was like, Joe, everyone gets judged differently. If someone is born, you know, to kind of wicked trees, they get judged differently. They don't have to, you know, do as much as maybe say if pure intelligence or love or understanding came down, he would have to do a lot more, you know. But I met on the street a lady called Hella. I think I said this in my last video. She was just like, yeah, you know, the deeds isn't the most important thing, just knowing Christ. And I also think about this a lot of time. I was listening to a guy. He's kind of the future priesthood. I think he runs a monastery down in Waterford. And I was always thinking, there's this thing in the Bible where it's like, sin against the Holy Spirit and shall not be forgiven. That's because he was saying at death, the Holy Spirit comes along and it's just like, what's the story? Do you wanna like make a decision here? And if you're like, no, go away, then you can't be forgiven and you can't access a higher rebirth, like, you know. So if you kind of reject the Holy Spirit, you sin against the Holy Spirit at the end, you won't, you know, then you can't be forgiven and you'll be unforgiven and you'll go somewhere else, like, you know. I think I was once listening to a video by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he was saying that there's a practice called stopping. You know what I mean? Stopping is when you arrive back at yourself, where you just kind of sit there and you're like, right, what's going on? Where's the pain in my body? Where's the suffering? How can I transform it? So you just stop. You're like, okay, Joe, what's going on? You know what I mean? So you come back to yourself, and then you can try and accomplish kind of a new start for yourself, and like kind of embrace the pain within you, because you can run away from it, and then you're kind of just searching around, striving, with kind of aiming for something, looking for a goal. Just come back, deal with suffering and transform. You know what I mean? I think stopping or coming back to yourself is the most healthy thing. And Ty did a video where he was like, meditation isn't a luxury. Like, you know, what is a luxury? A fresh car, fresh haircut, 16 wives, I don't know, in Africa. That's pretty racist, don't know. But then you have like a need, which is like, you know, you need to meditate. And you see people doing it, like when they're driving, it kind of eventually comes in. You know what I mean? So yeah, age is an interesting thing. Like I'm 27. People say I look younger. I feel like 23, 24. I don't feel like it's been 27 years. You know, I guess if you make time go faster for other people, then time will go faster for you. If you make other people happy and enjoy life, then they fly through it, like, you know, which is the way. You don't want to be slow and painful, like, you know, like getting a fucking knife to the stomach or something, like, you know, which can be painful. Yeah, forgiveness is just, yeah, I've kind of fallen in love with the big guys: acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, joy, peace, love, breathe in, the nervous system, stomach, liver, all them lads, like, you know. I think they're all very cool. You know, yeah. Studying sport hugely recently. What else have I learned new in sport? Most sports people can't master the sport because they don't look at the religious or spiritual aspect of it. They know their tactics very well, but they don't fully understand the ins and outs of the game, the spiritual aspect of the game, you know. But I have learned some things about sport. I've learned a lot actually, but it's hard. It's kind of small insights, incremental insights. Yeah, is this still going? 10 minutes. Alright. Okay. So that's about it. What else is there? What have I been learning? I've learned a few things about sport, actually. Look. Yes, that's it. Lovely sleep tonight. I'm praying and paying for you. Have a good week, have a good month, and enjoy your walks. Okay, just walks. You're not walking around. Okay, peace.